My ex cheated with a married woman, so I turned a Pic of Them into a Facebook ad. It was a warm spring day when I first noticed Tom's behavior change. He started acting more distant and lifeless. I tried to be romantic with him a few times, but to no avail. It was like he was a different person all of a sudden. I tried talking to him, but he was all closed up. It wasn't until several weeks had passed, and I couldn't make any progress with him that I decided to take action. I knew I had to find out the truth, no matter what it took. So I tried snooping around on his phone and email accounts, but couldn't find a thing. I would text him while he was at work, asking him questions about his day, and he always had a quick response that sounded totally believable. I even thought about following him, but was scared to death at the thought of even trying to attempt that. I just knew I wouldn't be good at it and would end up looking like an idiot. I decided that if I was going to catch him doing anything, I was going to need some help. So after doing some research, I found Jack. Jack is a private investigator, and he had great reviews. I decided to hire him, hoping that he would be able to follow Tom and uncover whatever it was that Tom was hiding from me. When I first met Jack, I was immediately impressed by his professionalism and confidence. He assured me that he would do everything in his power to get to the bottom of things, if in fact there was anything to get to the bottom of. Jack started his investigation, and at first, there wasn't much to go on. But only after just a few days of surveillance, he finally caught Tom in the act. I'll never forget the sinking feeling I felt in my stomach when Jack showed me the photos he'd taken. Tom was with another woman, and they were being intimate. My heart broke into a million pieces, but at the same time, I felt relieved. I finally had the proof I needed to confront Tom and finally get some answers. When I showed Tom the photos, he couldn't deny it. He begged me for forgiveness, but I knew it was over between us. I kicked him out of our apartment, and he went running to the other woman, Karen. I was hurt and angry, and I couldn't help but feel like I needed to get back at both of them. It takes a lot to anger me, but when I am there, my anger is sustained, and I just keep boiling over until the point that if I don't do something to get it out of my system, I'll just explode. So I thought about what I could possibly do to get some revenge, and in a way that really hurt them like I had just been hurt. That's when the idea of the fake dating site popped into my head. I wanted to expose their infidelity to the world, and this seemed like the perfect way to do it. I spent a few hours designing the site, making it look as authentic as possible. I wanted to learn as many people as possible, so I made an ad to run on Facebook for my new site, and I made the text bold and provocative. I couldn't wait to see the reactions from people once they saw the ad. When I finally launched the ad campaign on Facebook, I was nervous but excited. I set the targeting options to reach as many people in our city as possible, hoping that our mutual friends and coworkers would see it. I didn't have to wait long for the ad to start working its magic. Within a few hours, I started receiving texts from friends, asking if I had seen that. I played dumb, pretending like I had no idea what they were talking about. Meanwhile, Tom and Karen's world was crumbling around them. They were bombarded with messages and calls from people demanding to know the truth. Karen's husband, Dave, found out as well, and he was understandably devastated. Imagine having to explain to your husband why you were posing with another man for a dating site. I do have to admit that it was a little heartbreaking to see the pain and hurt that my actions were causing, but at the same time, I couldn't help but feel a sense of satisfaction. I had finally given them something that caused them pain. Actions have consequences, and there was no reason they should just get away with this scot-free. The fallout from the ad was massive. Tom and Karen became social outcasts, and people were gossiping about them non-stop. They tried to deny the affair at first, but the photo evidence was too damning. As for the fake dating site, people were outraged by the concept, and they shared the ad to show their disgust. The more they shared it, the more people saw it, and the worse things got for Tom and Karen. Despite the chaos, the ad stayed up for almost 2 weeks before Facebook finally caught on and took it down. During those 2 weeks, Tom and Karen's lives were turned upside down. They had to face the consequences of their actions, and it wasn't pretty. As for me, I couldn't help but feel a sense of satisfaction. I had taken control of the narrative, and I had shown them what it feels like to be exposed and humiliated. I know that what I did was controversial, and some might say that I should have just let karma take its course. But at the time, I couldn't see any other way to get justice. Tom had hurt me, and Karen had hurt her husband, and I wanted to make sure that they both knew that their actions had consequences. Sometimes the best revenge takes time and effort to exact. What was your favorite part of this story? What would you have done differently? Let us know in the comments below. When you subscribe, be sure to click the notification bell. Click here for more Tangled threads.